Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
You are the lover of my soul. You're the reason I'm made.
When I first heard this song in full gospel,
Glory to Jesus.
I was sitting
Glory to Jesus.
there next to Bishop Cheryl Brown, and I'm trying to literally push tears
Glory to Jesus.
back in my face.
Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus. You are the master of my soul.
Come on, everybody. Good to see all of my people coming on. So dedicated. You know, subconsciously, whatever you do the first thing in the morning has a tendency to stay with you all day long. Whatever you do first thing in the morning stays with you all day long. Whatever you do, the last thing you do at night actually stays with you throughout the portion of your first sleep cycle. There's several sleep cycles that we have. We just don't sleep in a straight line. No, we're up and then we go down. And then by the time we get into a deep realm sleep, we come back up again and we kind of wake up. We're waking up and going to sleep all night long. And the last thing that you do at night stays with you through your sleep. Why did I say that? Because normally I'm in the bed 8:30 right after our good news in the evening. I'm jumping in the tub 20 minutes and I'm going to bed, and there's nobody but me in there in the tub, just in there, and hot water and lavender and all of that, and bringing me all the way down because the day is so mentally draining throughout the course of the day. And last night was a little different because last night was the first night of our conference, and it dawned on me that I was the first conference coordinator of the first conference. Myself and then Mary Ann came on afterwards. And now here I am, the first coordinator, along with a team of people, Jarrell and the team, Tori, Marlinda, just a team of people, main core team, plus 3 other teams outside of that, the first one of the virtual conference. And I said that to say this. I went to bed with this whole conference on my mind, what's to do next and the work that you have to put in and the like. And my soul rested right here. And I want to share this with you, and I think it's going to bless you. The theme of the conference is what's next. But the vision of the conference is that it's a cloud conference. And it was named Cloud Conference for 2 reasons. One, because the conference is literally held in the clouds, right? The virtual world is the clouds. That's where it's held. But also in the designing of the conference, and we thought about the cloud, we thought about something else. And that is the movement of the cloud very often is symbolic to moving ahead of the time, or being, ahead of the time, all right, or understanding the times. The children of Israel, as they were going through the wilderness for those 40 years, one of the tools of their survival was that they had to follow the cloud, the pillar of cloud by day. Why was that important? The reason that was important was because when it was hot in the desert and the wilderness and the desert is the same thing. When it was hot, there's a place of transition. It was hot. It was so hot, they can get 110, 100, up to 150 degrees in the middle of the desert. So if you did not follow the cloud, you would perish. The cloud was a symbol of protection, right? That means that when we're going through our transitional seasons, um, it's God's going to protect you, keep you covered, but you got to follow the cloud. It's a cloud of precipitation because it rained on the cloud and covered them. But also, it was a symbol. It was a symbol of power, a very strong symbol of power, not by might nor by power. But God said, "This my power is going to cover you." Now, this is very important. As long as you move with the cloud, you were protected. There was precipitation, and you were provided for. So powerful. You were provided for underneath that cloud. Underneath the cloud, God protected you. There was precipitation. Rain came from the cloud. You can't live without water. All of your needs are going to be met as long as you follow the cloud. And then, of course, it was a place of provision. God met your need as long as you followed the cloud. I was getting prepared for a meeting, and I wanted to convey the thought that we, in this particular meeting, must follow the cloud. And I began to do a little bit of the study on what happened with Blockbuster and Netflix. And most people just think that Netflix came along with just a brand new way of doing it, and it just put Blockbuster out of business. But in actuality, Blockbuster was doing basically trying to do the same thing. They didn't understand the power of connection, which is a whole thing in itself. They didn't understand the power of connection. And here's what the author said that caught my attention the most. That the main reason that Blockbuster fell, now there was one on every corner, it seemed like, okay, was because, and listen to this statement very carefully, they did not understand how fast the future was coming. That's a word for somebody that's listening right now. You must understand how fast the future is coming. And because Blockbuster did not understand how fast the future was coming, there's only one left in the world, and it's in Alaska. They didn't follow the cloud. You got to make a declaration and a decree and a decision that I'm following the cloud. I am. I'm following the cloud. I'm moving with the future. I'm not going to get stuck on getting so comfortable regarding the way things are at the moment. If I follow the cloud, God's going to protect me. I'm going to be protected. You know, if I follow the cloud, there's going to be some precipitation. There's going to be some rain. God's going to keep me quenched, keep the thirsting of my soul quenched. And I follow the cloud because that's where my provision is. My provision. So under this cloud, I'm following the cloud. But guess what? They followed the cloud because Moses followed the cloud. The reason that the children of Israel followed the cloud because Moses followed the cloud. Moses, the leader, understood that the future is here, and we must adapt to it. We must be innovative. For the first wave that we went through with coronavirus, it was not innovation, it was adaptation. We just adapted to the season. Now it's time for real innovation to be birthed out of your heart and out of your soul, for your business and for your mind and for your blog, and for your recipes and for your creations, the things that you do with your hands, and for your company and for your clothing company, and this is time for innovation. Adaptation was the last season, but you got to follow the cloud. And Moses understood how fast the future was coming. They didn't follow the cloud. Not only were they die in the wilderness, but you got to understand now, there was an enemy waiting for him too. This is when Moses and Joshua and Aaron and Hur stepped up and said, no, no, no. No, no, no. You're not going to deal with God's people that way. Follow the cloud. Follow the men and women of God that have the voice of God to lead us, to lead you into your future. The future is coming. It's here right now. And I'm following the cloud. I'm not getting stuck in yesterday. I'm not getting stuck not being covered. Not getting stuck not being protected. No, sir. No. I am following the cloud. I need provision in my life. There's some dreams that you got. Still large. There's some visions. There's some things that you've seen that you know is going to come to pass in your life. But you got to follow the cloud. And they followed Moses. The voice of Moses and the cloud led them to Canaan land, to what we would call in the city of love, the good life. I'm following the cloud. I am. Father, thank you for putting a cloud there for us to follow. A pillar of cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. I thank you, dear Lord, that I'm following the cloud. And I'm following Moses because I know it's going to lead me to my promised land. Bless you now. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's give, y'all. I'll always have because I will always give. Janine Holiday didn't jump out already. Janine Holiday simply just now ran to the altar and put a $28 seed literally on the altar. She ran. It just happened like this virtually. We don't have to wait. Just go to this. I'm limited to put this seed in the ground. I heard something that blessed my soul. I'm putting the seed in the ground. $28 seed. Back to Skip. $20 seed. Riot B. Logan. Everybody, let's give. I will always have because I will always give. I will always have because I will always give. Lisa, thank you so much. Oh, but we're following the cloud all day long, beginning at 11 o'clock. Beginning at 11 o'clock today, actually beginning at 8 o'clock. All for those of you that signed on, all the classes. Love you, Paul Simon. This is my friend right here, man. That's my brother. God, I love this dude. Man, you encouraged me with that note you sent me. Bless you, Juice Truth. I got that. I received that Taruma today. Thank you so much. DJ, bless you. Miss DJ sitting in the front row, and back to Skip. DJ be cutting up. DJ cuts up and then get back to Skip in trouble when she be laughing at DJ. All right. True. You know, I love you a whole lot. Yeah, y'all got my forgot what I'm saying. So Paul Simon, that's my friend, man. I love you. I appreciate you. Went to St. Aug together. Here we are in our 50s, man, still connecting. I appreciate you. Follow that cloud. Follow innovation. The future is coming, Blockbuster. The future is coming. The future is coming. Right? Yeah. Tonight, I'm sorry. Let's get this right. 8 o'clock this morning, the cloud courses open up. 8 o'clock this morning, the cloud courses open up. You need your attendee number. Your attendee number is like your social security number. Okay, you're going to need it for everything. Okay, save it. Put it on a little piece of paper in the corner in your phone and come back and get it anytime you need it. All right. Then 11 o'clock, cloud conference begins. It's going to be so good today. Darius Daniels. Trust me on that one. Dr. Darius Daniels is going to be a blessing. The virtual choir. Oh my God, it's going to be so good. And then a couple of behind the scenes interviews. I'll be on all day. Y'all follow me all day. Come on. I'm going to be on Facebook all day long and Instagram all day long. It's going to be a blast today. And then tonight we come on at 6:30 tonight. We come on at 6:30 tonight. Like a little red carpet. It was so good last night. Come on, we're going to be on for an hour tonight, 6:30. And then after that, 7:30, man, we're going to watch Cloud Conference again tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't registered, make sure that you do. Thank you, Tamika, $20 seed. Make sure that you do by going to fullgospelconference.org. Okay, y'all. Love y'all. I got to go. All right, let's go over and hang out with Reagan and the professor. The professor has stepped out there now. Let's see what he's talking about today. Love y'all. Love. Live and inspire. Tell everybody you know I'm following the cloud. Thank y'all for following the cloud. I love y'all. Have a great day.